You can.
Stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. Seasons change, but you're the same. Your love is constant. You've never lost it. Your voice is calling out my name. It makes me miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. So I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show this afternoon. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and Speedy Talk is a program for the youth where we talk about things that concern and affect the youth. Now, today on the show, we are talking about looks and jobs. We are talking about appearance and jobs, appearance and employment. And now, let's be honest, appearance has always played a role in workplaces. Back then, many jobs had very strict expectations about how people should look, certain hairstyles, tattoos, whether piercing, colored hair, heavy braids, weave fashion, or even certain dressing styles were immediately seen as unprofessional, and people had no problems at all even sticking with it. And in fact, many people grew up hearing things like, if you want a serious job, you have to look like you're serious. Employers won't take you seriously looking like that. Your appearance speaks before you do. But today, things are changing. Young people now express themselves more through maybe even fashion, tattoos, piercings, locks, hairstyles, and some of those things that are considered personal style. And many people now question the old standards, because you hear people talking about some young persons talking about, is it not work that matters? Why does it matter if my hair is like this? Why does it matter that I'm keeping this kind of hairstyle, that I have the tattoos, that I am wearing ripped jeans? Does hair stop somebody from even doing their job? Or why should appearance matter more than the skill? If the person delivers results, why focus on the youth? Those are concerns that many people, you sometimes hear stories of, someone complaining, oh, okay, I got bounced and I couldn't get this particular job simply because they feel like this kind of hairstyle that I'm carrying is not appropriate, and even complain, and feel right the whole time. Okay, why does it actually matter? So that is what we are going to be talking about today on Speedy Talk. We are talking about appearance and jobs. Why does appearance matter in employment? Why does it matter? Is it that it's more like a focus of competence and result, or does appearance still play an important role in professionalism? Employers, people who are involved in that field, you can call in to be part of the show. Everyone can call in and let us hear your opinion. We are talking about why appearance actually matters in employment. Number for you to call is 0903648 5868. That is 09036485868. Why does appearance matter in employment? Why does the way that you dress or the kind of style you carry, why does it matter in employment? Because a lot of persons complain like, it's just a job, or I am coming to do this, I have the skills, I have this one. Why does it matter what I am dressing like, or the kind of style that I keep from head to toe, different things like that? So let us talk about it today. Why does it matter? Number for you to call is 0903648 5868. That is 09036485868. This is Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and my name is Marysyntia Hangeior with you on the show this afternoon. Now, this conversation has different sides. One side believes that appearance should not be a major issue in employment anymore. Many young people feel that whether they tattoos, locks, or piercings, colored hair, fashion style, do not automatically affect intelligence, work ethic, or performance. And to them, work should be about skill, maybe competence, creativity, attitude, and results, not just physical appearance. And honestly, many young persons today, actually, maybe if you bring up topics like that, they tell you, okay, this is what I am bringing, and then it should be more of what I am going to do for the place and not how I actually look. But another side argues that appearance still matters because workplaces represent an image. Some employers believe that appearance affects even the first impressions, customer confidence, whether workplace standard, discipline, professionalism, things like that. So let us hear what you think. Why does appearance still matter in employment? Why does how somebody look, what they are wearing, the kind of style that they are keeping matter with the jobs that they're actually applying for, or the jobs that they are doing? Tell us from your experience. Maybe as an employer, tell us from your experience. You as a young person, have you ever been turned down, for a job, for certain things? Hello?
Yes. Good afternoon, madam.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name is Mr. Boom Emmanuel. I'm calling from Miva Rice Company.
All right, welcome to the show, Mr. Goom Emmanuel.
Yeah. How is work today?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Bless God. You see, concerning the topic, every profession has its own dress code. Yes. Every career has its own dress code. When you see a teacher in those days, you know that this is a teacher. And the way you appear has a way of, it's a model to those people that are coming on. Most in those days, people will look at the way you dress and will say, I want to become like this kind of person. Yes. So appearance and the way you dress affect your productivity.
Okay.
In every can I say in every profession. Like for example, I'm working I read food science. So I'm working in a production company. You cannot see me having plenty of hair on my head or on my face. You understand? Because knowing too well that if I have hair on my face, it will contaminate the product.
Okay.
I don't know where you're getting me.
Yes, I'm following.
So when you go to banking sector, when you see a banker, you also know, because the way you appear, the way you dress, that's the way of calling customers to your place of work. So most employers, they anchor on this very issue we are talking about. One, your haircut and the way you dress, that's a way of telling about the image of the organization you are working with. And it has a way of representing the company outside your workplace. So to me, that is how important the way you appear, your head cut affects your productivity, and also it also improves on your organization profile. Yes, because when you look at certain organizations, the way they dress, you admire them, and has a way of selling what they believe in to the general public. Yes, so most organizations they will not want to just employ somebody that just have to keep afro. If you go to the law court, they have their own way of dressing. You cannot just dress without putting their professional wear, and then you expect that they should give you a job. Let's be frank with ourselves. Let's forget the fact that maybe times are changing and things are changing. Yes, the appearance may not matter. You may have the best skills in the world, but that is not the laid down standard of the employment. So they will not employ you because you have that kind of haircut.
Okay.
Yes, I've attended a series of interviews, and some of these things is one of the things that affect young people. We don't want to be corrected, even if they want. I was in my office I was in the office with one of my organ. He sent one away. One just dressed and do low way and came. Low way. And came to the office, and the hair was tattered. You know that the guy didn't get what he wanted. They just sent the guy away at the door. Okay. The guy went on embarrassed. But the way I just want to let me just end it here, because it's so irritating when you.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show this afternoon. This is SPEEDy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host this afternoon on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and we are talking about appearance and employment, and appearance and jobs. You know how we used to be. It had to do with, okay, if you're coming in for this certain job, there's a specific way you're supposed to look, there's a specific way you're supposed to be identified. There's how you're supposed, okay, don't have this certain tattoos because we don't want people like. But these days, you know, I saw a video once that somebody was complaining that she came for a job and they were complaining that her skirt is too short. What does it have to do with the skills that she has to offer? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Marysyntia.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Baba 75, Sylvester from North Bank.
All right, welcome to the show, Baba 75.
Yes, we talk this topic is of interest, of course. You know the good reason why?
Okay, why?
For example, where I work and retire, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria farm. You know, when you talk of that kind of public place, the ethic of work have code of conduct, representation of the organization. Are you getting that point? They want to represent your organization like a public place like that. If you dress shabbily, for example, when you approach passenger and rudely, they just look at your dress and compare. Well, you don't see how the staff dress. How can you talk anyhow? Why don't you see his conduct? The people that make reference to your dressing, you understand? But in as much as he dress very corporate, whoever comes to.
Hello? Hello? Okay, we cannot hear you any longer, Baba 75, but then you can still call us back to be part of the show this afternoon. This is SPEEDy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and my name is Marysyntia Hangeior with you on the show this afternoon. You also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. We are talking about appearance and employment. Why is it important? You know, why is appearance important in employment? Why does it matter in employment today? Because back then, this wasn't even something negotiable. Everyone know that, okay, if I'm coming to a job, this is how I have to look. But these days, we have people who are actually complaining that why should it matter? Because someone is saying that because I sprayed my hair, I shouldn't get this kind of job, or it is not allowed. What does it have to affect, what I am going to be doing for the company, what I am going to be bringing? People mention different things. That is not all. Maybe even facial piercings. What does my number of piercings have to do? Like, it doesn't have any effect on the job, so why should an employer be complaining about that? Or maybe you hear sometimes, people even coming for interviews these days, and you have someone maybe coming in with the low waist, like someone mentioned, and maybe even ripped jeans, and then colored this one, nose rings, and then say things like, well, if someone is important, or if someone actually wants the skills, then it wouldn't matter how I have actually come in. It would be more about what I am bringing in, my contribution to it. So why does this appearance actually matter? The looks, why do they matter in employment? The number for you to call is 090-3648 5868. That's 090-3648 5868. Call in and let us hear from you. Let us hear what you think as an employer, or someone who even has experience in general, not necessarily you are that employer. And even on the side of even the young persons as well, people who might be sitting, if you have ever had that kind of encounter, you went somewhere and then you were told, okay, the way that you look, or maybe something about the way that you appear, something that you can control, obviously, something that you can either change, you can be able to remove, and then there is a problem with it, and maybe it didn't sit well with that organization. You can call in and tell us how you felt. Did you feel like that was justified, or did you feel like they were doing too much? Hello? All right, so you can still call us back on 090-3648 5868. That is 090-3648 5868. Call in and let us hear from you. Why does appearance matter in employment? Let us hear from you this afternoon on Speedy Talk. Some persons, some employers believe that appearance affects the first impressions. People would argue that, and how do you know that this one represents, or this one is identifying as maybe a tout? How can you say that someone looks like a tout? But there is this thing even about human beings. Maybe you're on the streets and you look at a certain person, you're able to tell, maybe even from that appearance, is this the kind of person I'll trust? How are you able to say, okay, this kind of person might be a bad boy or might be a bad girl because of the way he or she looks? Now, some employers will argue that that is the same way that even when you have people that are representing the organization, people would come in and then still look at, oh, this person that is wearing, okay, this kind of clothes, or this kind of in this kind of work environment. And again, I would not like to forget what our caller said earlier, Mr. Goom Emmanuel. He spoke about it also depends on your work environment, your profession, because every profession has the kind of its own dress code. And then someone works into the banking sector, and then you're fighting against, okay, why do we have to wear this suit? Why do we have to wear this one? I can wear the ripped jeans, I can wear this kind of, I can spray my hair to this color and all those stuff, and still do the same jobs. But then people have been recognized maybe in that bank sector for this kind of dressings. That is the way that people are able to tell, okay, this is the person I can ask the questions to, this is the person that I can ask and then will give me the right, this is the person that can give me directions. But somehow people are starting to say, a lot of young persons are starting to say, okay, that doesn't matter, it's what I am bringing, that is what it should be about. And some persons even say it's because of the mindset that people in general carry. That is what makes them to not be able to recognize, okay, this person is coming from a professional setting because of the way they dress. So let us hear from you. Let us hear what you think. We are talking about appearance and employment. Number for you to call is 090-3648 5868. That's 090-3648 5868. Why does appearance matter in employment? Why does appearance matter in getting a job, or even working, where you are, even if someone already got it? Like, why does it actually matter? Call in and let us hear from you. Let us hear if you're speaking from experience, if there's something you've been, or you're an employer, yourself. Let us hear what you think. Does it affect, the professionalism, or is there a certain way, okay, people maybe even look at you from the way that you appear? Let us hear what you think. And then Some believe that certain jobs require a particular presentation because employees represent the company publicly, just like he said earlier, as well. And then I like how he gave an example with his own, maybe concerning food. Okay, there's certain levels to which you can keep this kind of dress code because they don't want anything messing with the food that they are going to sell out there to people. It has to be hygienic. And the same way it will go for another place. Okay, this is allowed, but that is not allowed, or this is too much attention for people that are going to be walking into this place. Okay, it's a very busy place and we have a lot of people. We have different people walking into this place, and then it actually matters because we don't want that being a distraction. So something that is safer, something that is considered professional, even right from time, would be more important. And then some persons, he mentioned also that it affects even productivity, and he gave the example. We also heard from Baba 75, who was given an example of where he worked before he retired, and they're stating that jobs, the kind of work that we do, those are the people that actually represents the organization, or that actually shows, since people are coming into that place, like he mentioned, that place is a public place, people are coming into that place, so that is what you are showing to outsiders. And there are certain kind of dress codes or things that have been, let's say, stereotyped, and say, okay, if someone is wearing this kind of skirt, then it means that the person is in for a certain kind of business, or it means that the person is trying to show off this, is trying to do this, is trying to do that, and that is dragging on the wrong kind of attention. But people still argue, people of our time, people of our generation, the Gen Z, you hear people still arguing that, okay, why it shouldn't matter, because this is what I am bringing to the table, this is the work I am coming here to do, and then nothing else should actually matter. So you also can call in still to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. Call in and let us hear from you. Hello. Okay, we cannot hear you, but you can still try to call us back, and it's 090-3648-5868. Why does appearance matter in employment? Why does it matter in jobs? Let us hear what you think. And something else is that professionalism really connected to appearance, and then people talk about the importance of first impressions. Hello. People talk about the importance of first impressions, how the people who are walking into that place are going to see you and then try to figure out what you represent. And of course, if it's places that are maybe less busy, or you have people who recognize, oh, this place is about music, so you're expecting maybe different kind of expression of art, people are going to express themselves differently. But then if you're walking into maybe some of those other places, we keep using the banks because that is one place that no one can actually deny. Okay, I don't know how it is right here, and you walk into there and are unable to differentiate between the customer and then who is actually there to maybe serve, who is providing those services, then it becomes a problem. So you can still call in and be part of the show. A number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. Call in and let us hear from you this afternoon on Speedy Talk. We are talking about appearance and employment. Appearance, when it has to do with jobs, why is it actually important? Because back then, like I said, this was non-negotiable. Everyone just knew that, okay, this is how it's supposed to be, this is how we should dress, or because you have to appear like this for people to even take you serious, for the profession that you are bringing, for the people that you have to interact with daily at your job place. But these days, people are starting to even complain about, why should it matter that I'm wearing this length of skirt? Shouldn't the man be more concerned about what I am bringing, or whoever the customer is? Shouldn't the person be focused on what brought them to that place? Should they be distracted by the way I am dressed? Hello. should they be distracted by the way I am dressed? Like, why should it actually matter what I am doing, or that I have this color of spray, on my head in this setting, when I am actually doing the work that I'm supposed to do? Some young persons believe that appearance is personal freedom, and some people think that, okay, we are taking this whole freedom, and then things are evolving. Just like I think that was Baba 75 who mentioned something of, quite okay, the world is evolving and people are getting to realize that some things make sense, and other things, should just stay the way they are. And things like appearance is one of the things that should stay the way they are, according to him. And then some injustice now even maybe accept those creative appearance more openly. But then, should that actually be the case for every other one? Because some persons, it's more like they are trying to advocate for things like this at the wrong places, and some employers feel that appearance affect maybe even the public image of that place. Is this what we are doing? And the worst thing is that when someone is maybe given a wrong assumption to themselves, they're like, why would this person just assume that this is what I'm doing? Or why would the person render this kind of insult to me? Forgetting that the human beings themselves, apart from even workplaces, we tend to maybe think of a person like, this is probably who this person is, when you have not interacted with them, because of the way they are dressed, or something about them that just gives off to maybe this category of people. And then some employers believe that even their appearance reflects attitude and discipline. So let us hear from you still quickly before we go. It's Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and my name is Marysyntia Hangeior with you on the show this afternoon. Number for you to call is 090-3648 5868. That is 090-3648 5868. We are talking about appearance and employment. Why is it important? And then now something else, balancing that individuality and then professionalism, because understanding that different environments have different expectations is one thing that would actually help. Knowing when personal expression fits certain workplaces, because the same way that, okay, maybe your household is one that if you're coming into your household, you have to remove your shoes. You expect someone who is coming from outside to actually take out their shoes. That is the same way that some of these workplaces work. So maybe coming in and then bringing your own stuff, like, this is how I want to dress, but I want to work at this particular company, something that maybe someone else has actually built on a certain image, and then you bring in something else, it's not really going to work. No matter how many times maybe people protest or try to even come out and then make certain videos, trying to pull emotions to themselves, like, imagine because I wore this kind of outfit and then I was denied this job. If you're actually pursuing that job, then you should be the one to be doing the work on your side, right? And also let us also try to think about how professionalism really affects, appearance really affects that professionalism and even perception from people who are going to be coming in. And that's it for Speedy Talk today. At the end of the day, appearance is something society notices quickly, whether people agree with it or not. But at the same time, many people also believe professionalism should go beyond looks alone, and professionalism should go beyond looks alone. And the truth is, different workplaces have different expectations, just like someone mentioned, and both employers and young people are still trying to navigate where professionalism meets personal expression. And we should try to also know that, okay, some things maybe this has been the way it has been, from time, and in as much as things are evolving, there are things that just have to maybe stay the same, or maybe have touches to it. But then if you live in a society where this is accepted, then you know that, okay, you are also coming in with what is actually accepted, or maybe in that workplace this is what is accepted, then you are also coming in with what is accepted. Then I have been with you on Speedy Talk this afternoon. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. Coming up next at 3:55 p.m. If today is your birthday, then Speedy Kids are going to be wishing you a happy birthday. And also up next at 4 p.m, the Speed Lane comes on right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And until then, keep enjoying music of your life.
Do you have a business, an organization, or you want to be heard on radio?